Oh.
Someone figured out they joined the wrong meeting and dropped.
I had $1.
It does happen. It does happen. I just wait a few more seconds and let a few other people join. Okay, I will go ahead and get started since we're at time. So welcome everyone. This is our February 8th, 2023 delivery group AMA. So we are here for any questions anyone has about how things get deployed to GitLab.com or how things get released to our self-managed users. And Michele, you have the first question.
Yeah, I have a question because delivery has always been focused, on MTTP as a performance indicator. And I was wondering if in this year, the delivery group has any work around MTTP, evolving MTTP, or focusing on any other metrics.
Yes, that's a great question. So, so I'm going to just pull the link. So MTTP, our mean time to production metric, which I've just linked into the question there, gives us a good way of tracking how long it is taking for a change a merge change to land on the production environments. But it doesn't cover everything that we work on. So deployments is only one part of delivery. So hopefully we'll be able to expand that out, certainly on the plans to expand that out this year so that we can actually find a way to track a similar sort of performance metric that will go around our releases to self-managed users. But then the other big piece is around understanding MTTP. So often MTTP will vary, and that is caused by the different things that affect deployments. So it could be that we may have more incidents causing delays to deployments, or it could be that our deployment pipeline is running slower, or we didn't have a release manager available in a certain time zone. There's lots of different factors, and we don't yet have a good way of digging into those. But that is coming, and I think someone from System should give us a bit of an overview into the work that's been going on to actually understand deployment pipelines to give us a better story about MTTP.
Thank you, Emmy.
Do you want to do that yourself, Michele?
I can do it myself, sure. For sure. I mean, we are actually looking at MTTP from different perspectives, as Emmy said. So right now we have this big number that was measuring the entire pipeline end to end. And we actually built all these capabilities in the previous quarter as part of our OKRs to increase the observability capabilities we have in our deployment pipelines. So we're trying to actually go to a higher level of granularity there and be able to use that to see if we have bottlenecks that maybe are in a particular part of the pipeline solely, where we can go there and improve, right? Because so far we didn't have this high level of visibility there. So it was difficult to tackle which kind of improvement we could do overall, because we cannot understand which factors cause which impact, right? I'm quite sure as everywhere there is a lot of this 80-20, Pareto rule. Somewhere I'm quite sure that we're gonna find those patterns as well there. And yeah, hopefully with the new tracing capability that we're trying to develop, we're going to be able to understand that. And at the same time, with the new metrics collection and understanding how we can measure the effort in the entire deployment pipeline, we are trying to understand which are the actions that are actually taking the most time and the most effort also from those release managers themselves.
Nice, thank you for for asking that and for sharing that, Michele. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Sandra, do you want to verbalize?
Hello. I just want to say hi to everyone. I am the managing editor of the GitLab blog. We're making an effort this coming quarter and onward to invite everybody to contribute to the blog from their spheres around GitLab. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you folks about is we're doing a how GitLab uses GitLab, how we build GitLab using GitLab series. The name is still under construction, but you get the gist. And I wanted to invite anybody here who thinks that they have an idea that would fall under that. So what we're using ourselves to help, that will eventually help customers or already is helping customers, or how we're doing it would help customers. So any of those categories, or if you're just doing something that you think would be interesting for our audience, I'm always willing to listen, and you can use our template to do a pitch, and it's just blog template if you go in issues. So happy to talk to anyone at any time about your ideas. You can Slack me too. It doesn't have to be that formal. And looking forward to getting contributions from anyone who hasn't contributed yet. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sandra. Welcome. And should all contributions just go in that template? Is that the process?
Yes, or if you want to feel it out to see, like somebody just consulted with me on an idea and we weren't quite sure if it would fit the blog or not, wanted to do a little more sussing out. So before you do a lot of work on it, if you want to talk to me first, you can Slack me, and I'm open to have a huddle or via Slack or however you want to do it.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks very much. Oh. So I wanted to just ask Myra, I name you at the DRI. I know that we're doing lots of work at the moment in delivery in preparation for the maintenance policy extension. Could you give us a bit of an overview of what changes we might be able to expect from that project?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for asking. So we are working towards extending the maintenance policy. And just for context, currently the maintenance policy right now allows us to backport bug fixes to the current stable version and to backport security fixes to the last 3 versions. With the extension of the maintenance policy, what we want to achieve is to allow to backport bug fixes to the last 3 versions. So we are going to follow the similar model for security fixes and for bug fixes. Now, what this impacts is also how, well, as a consequence of us doing this is that we are going to open stable branches for developers to allowing them to merge bug fixes at will. And this is one of our first changes towards a self-serve model. So we are excited about that. And also impacts backport requests, because we commonly receive a lot of backport requests for previous versions, and there is a lot of friction between the backport requests that are the author of the backport request and release managers. Because once a backport request is open, release managers normally ask like, hey, we need to be convinced this backport request is actually necessary. And then there is a lot of back and forth. So one of the consequences of us also extending the maintenance policy is to remove the frictions of these backport requests. So yeah, comments, questions?
Nice, thanks for sharing. And there will be a lot more announcements. So we are currently sort of considering timelines for this, but most likely we will try and link the sort of the public usage of the extended maintenance policy with the 16.0 milestone. So we'll be sharing a lot more about rollouts and things coming up internally and externally in the next few months. Cool. Jamie, do you want to verbalize?
Yes, so I wanted to introduce myself as the Evangelist Program Manager. I oversee the global meetup program and the Heroes Advocacy program here at GitLab. I have 2 things that I'm getting ready to work on, and I feel like this is the great audience to kind of connect with in regards to trying to build some code challenges so we could get an uptick in contributors. So I dropped the issue here. It's something that we currently do at conferences, but we're trying to create something that there might be projects out there that can use some contributions from the community. And they would run maybe every quarter. So if you have topics or ideas, this issue is a great place to drop those. And then I'm thinking about doing a meetup campaign, which is like a meetup in a box. And I would like to align those with the releases or different features that are coming out. So if y'all have ideas, you can Slack me, and then we can start building on the next campaign for the quarter. So I felt like this is a perfect place to drop those gems that we have these things going. And I think we could build some great partnerships. Yesterday, we just did a meetup. Matt was actually there, and it was about by MAM, and it was GitLab's developers perspective, which was really nice, and we recorded it. So those are different ways we're partnering with different folks within GitLab to do talks on different features and whatnot. So just wanted to drop that here.
Great, thanks very much. Fantastic. Is there anything else? Anyone want to verbalize any questions?
I've got a question, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I recently learned that delivery has a product manager.
Yes.
I was wondering if we could get a little highlight as to what they'll be doing on our team.
Certainly can. When you say we recently learned, I mean, it's not so much that we've been keeping this a secret from you, Skarbek, but Sam joined us last week, so he's quite new, but he is on the call. Hey, Sam, do you want to give us a little intro to yourself as well?
Hey, yeah, I'm Sam. I started last week, so this is fun. And based in the UK, I think one of the first things we're looking at is that backport process and extension of the maintenance policy. So giving a bit more ownership to our stage teams to fix and own their own changes and not kind of wait for us to get through some of that. So that's going to be exciting over the next 3 months whilst we look at doing that for the upcoming major release and put the power kind of back in the stage team's hands. Beyond that, it's week 2. So I've got some of the short-term plan, and I'll have an update probably the next time we do this.
Awesome, thanks, Sam. I'll just add a little color to that as well. I think some of the things which Sam will be able to take over or do a much better job of are the sort of things that I certainly am filling in some of those in delivery already. So it will be things, for example, like helping us figure out a better plan for doing more dog fooding. So we already do some dog fooding, but what we don't have a great plan for is actually how do we bring the delivery processes a little bit closer to the product, and having Sam be able to actually connect us with other product managers will hopefully make that much easier. We also have quite a lot of ideas in delivery. We have quite a long backlog. We certainly have a lot of trouble keeping our OKRs down to a manageable number and sort of picking the right things to work on. So it's something I'm very excited to have Sam's help on, is actually how we figure out how to put these things in place so that within the teams, but also for people outside of our teams, we're able to actually rank the most important things, prioritize the most important things, and help other people to to fit in with that process as well. So I think there's quite a lot of those sort of changes that will be really, really helpful for us in delivery. Cool. Thanks for asking, Skarbek. Does anybody else have a question they would like to ask? No? Okay, in which case, thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for all the questions, and have a great rest of your Wednesday. Take care. Bye.